Greetings YouTubers, it's the big fella in his London Taxi International 2003 with 285,000 miles and counting on the clock and climbing as we are day by day. A very good morning to you. It's a Wednesday morning sometime in September. The sun is shining here down on the south coast, and I live on the foot of the South Downs on the edge of the English Channel. How about that? You can't beat that for a life and a living, eh? Thought I'd do a quick one for you. Have you noticed the rather swanky sort of Hawaiian look today, guys? I mean, you know, come on. Shades, swanky look, attached to an old face. It's got to be the way forward, isn't it? Very good morning to you. How is everyone? Just a quick feedback on Poppy. Since she's had obviously her MOT check over and everything now is running absolutely smooth and dandy with her, considering she was in a bit of a sorry state when we first bought her. She's now running better than I'd imagine as she came off the production line. The engine's breathing now. I actually had a look at the emissions check that they'd done on her, and I was really surprised on just how good she was and how clean she was burning. There is a pass on these, and I can't. Anyone that's into these will know it. There are pass rates and fail rates, and basically her emissions out the back end there were almost negligible. They were almost nothing. They sort of flew through, and I mean they didn't only pass. They like sort of blew it off the end of the scale. It was amazing. I couldn't believe for the life of me just how good they actually were. So that means that the engine is obviously burning efficiently. All the crap that was originally in her when I first got her, where she'd spent all her life chugging around London, all on them valves, all on the sleeves of the pistons that were all coking everything up, basically has been removed. But you've got to be a bit careful with these old vehicles, remember. And as you'd probably know, you remove too much off those valves, or you clear too much off the top ends around by the pistons, and then you're going to get a burning oil until it actually seals itself back up again. So you've got to be a little bit cautious of what you take out. You take a little bit out so she can breathe, but you can't remove everything back to a clean engine, because you've got to think that this old engine has done many miles, and there will be some very wide tolerances, I'd imagine, somewhere that's probably been taken up by the carbon that's built up over the years. And of course, if she's not burning oil, she's not going to attract attention, she's not going to muck the environment up, and also you're going to save on fuel, because as we all know, once the carbon seals up those pistons and seals up those valves, then you'll have more compression. And what do you have when you have more compression? You're going to have better fuel efficiency. So don't remove too much if you're stripping these down, just enough to sort of make it run lovely as she is now. As I said, it's a lovely sunny day now. A pleasure to drive with old Poppy now. Me and Pops have become quite a good team together now. We are recognised wherever we go now in Littlehampton with the CAB registration number. In fact, I get toots all the time that obviously by the time I glance over, they're gone, but they recognise me, and then I'll get a WhatsApp or a Facebook saying, "Don't you ever watch where you're going?" You know, how can you drive or assess, Jimbo, when you don't even look around you and know what you're looking at? So in the words of Eric Morecambe, he's not going to sell many. Come on. Jeez. He's not going to sell many ice creams driving at that speed. It's alright, there was a woman there that was hesitating on the crossing. Didn't seem to know where she was going. And I was a bit worried that the barriers were going to come down on us. But they weren't sounding, so don't worry, there was no break of the law there, dare I. But yeah, I'm off to Horsham. And why am I going to Horsham, you may add? Or ask, you may add, you may ask. You may ask, and I will tell you. I'm off to Horsham to pick myself up at Chester Drawers. Now, for all of you that probably, well, you know me by now, you realise that I'm a bit of an Ebenezer, a little bit of a skinflint. If I can get something a little bit cheaper, or a lot cheaper, I will do. I don't know what, probably that's been born into my psyche from a child where I had absolutely nothing at all in my life, and just sort of limp by, and now I do exactly the same. If I can do or get anything cheaper, then I will do. So I'm off to Horsham. It's a nice little run. Yes, I'm going to pay a couple of pound in fuel. Alright, it's going to cost me a gallon of fuel, but I'm picking myself up a set of a chest of drawers to take all my bits and pieces. And I've discovered through my daughters, now I never used to do Facebook. I joined Facebook purely as a member of the London Vintage Taxi Association, because their platform for communication is Facebook. And in my years I've seen a lot of bad things in Facebook. Yeah, Facebook's okay as long as you use it the way you should, i.e. the way that I'm using it. I literally just dip in there, talk to my children, well, the grown-up children now. Let's just close that window up. The grown-up children on Messenger and that, Facebook Messenger, and you know, and also the London Vintage Taxi Association portal. So I do all that, but I don't get involved in that social side of it. And I've seen a lot of people, you know, airing their dirty laundry out on there. You've probably seen the same as me, you know, and it's really not for me. You know, there's a darkness up there on Facebook that doesn't appeal to me, so I keep well away from it. So if you ever search for me on Facebook, you'll probably see my name there, but I crank everything down to private, because I'm a very private person in myself. But I don't want people messaging me and sending me over photographs of or videos, I don't know, of beheadings and violence, and yeah, it goes on in the world. I know that. I know it goes on in the world, but I don't need to be blinkered. You know, I'm not being blinkered, but you know, I don't want it coming in on me 24 hours a day. You know, fake news pumping its way in. So Facebook that way I don't use. But what I have discovered, I digress again, is through my children, the grown-up ones, Facebook Marketplace. I'll tell you what, forget boot fairs. Facebook Marketplace, as long as you've got a car or a vehicle big enough to move stuff around that you want it, if you're quick, you can get it for an absolute bargain. And I do mean a bargain. I have got, over the last few months, so many good bargains from there. Mainly my better bargains are people that, while I was on my 6 weeks holiday from work and all the rest of the poor people were all at work, people were putting up listings on there and I was jumping in straight away because I was off work, and I was not winning them. They were saying, yeah, they're here, ready for collection. And I'd go over there and I'd buy stuff, bits and pieces, for next to nothing in price, or a very, very low price compared to what you'd pay in a shop, and just walking away with them. You know, it just amazed me. So any of you that are sort of needing anything, try Facebook Marketplace. Now, I used to buy and sell on eBay quite a lot, but their fees were going up and up and up so much that in the end it was cost prohibitive. It wasn't worth selling stuff on there. You know, you've got them asking 10% and then another 3% for your PayPal, which is owned by eBay. So you're 13% out of whatever you're selling, and it just wasn't worth it. And do you know the final thing for me on eBay, sorry if I said Facebook, I was wrong, eBay, the final thing for me on eBay was I sold 2 Roberts radios about 6 months ago. I picked them up. One was working just, and the other one was a dead radio, but they looked almost brand new. And anyone with a little bit of technology behind them, fault finding on radios, simple fix, you could have made 2 into 1. Now they went for, I think it was 29 quid for the 2 of them. Now I was happy with that, but when I sold the radios, I had a limit to what I could charge for postage, and the limit for that postage was 6 quid, and they said that was £6 second class Royal Mail. I said, right, fine, okay, I'll trust you on that, we'll do that, because there's no other way. And so I done it that way. When I took the radios down to be posted, they wanted 12 quid for it, because it had just gone over the 2 kilo limit or something like that. So it cost me 12 quid to post those. I only charged £6 for postage. Forget the package and all the bubble wrap that I put in there, and the fuel to go down, which I'd have had to pay anyway. So you've got an extra 6 quid on that. Then on top of my 39 quid, they take 13% off me. And when I actually done the maths on it, I thought to myself, it ain't worth doing. It really is not worth doing. So I boshed that, and I found Marketplace. Now, I can't imagine Facebook allowing Marketplace for much longer as a platform to work for absolutely nothing, free. That's the thing I haven't added yet. You can literally go on there, sell stuff, you've got no commission, you've got no postage, because the people come to you and pick the item up. So there's no cost to you as a seller whatsoever. And it's so intuitive, yeah, for the person that's buying. So all I need to do is go into Facebook Marketplace. Now, if you know about this, I'm teaching you how to suck eggs. I'm really apologetic. But to some of you, it might be for car parts, car spares, even these TXs, that's where it's coming to. Even cabs, old retired London cabs, I've seen them on Marketplace. You've got to widen your search parameter, obviously, because the chance of you having one about a mile away and next to nothing, but they are there and they are available. So you just basically click into Marketplace, and I'll put in there, like I was, chest of drawers. So suddenly I can set a slider, which is so simple, that says I want to search 5 kilometres away, 1 kilometre away, 50 kilometres, 200 kilometres, I think is the limit that I can search. And it opens up as a map from your location or wherever you live, and you can go and search. So I will put in chest of drawers, and next thing you know, all these pictures will come up on the front of Marketplace that will show me all these pictures of chest of drawers that have been listed, from the closest one to me to the furthest one to me. I pick through there, and there's just one button. That's all there is one button, and all you do is you push that button, and it says is this still available? Now, most people have got smartphones and it's all set up on their phone. Bosh, it goes straight onto their smartphones. Sorry guys, I've just looked down, thought, oh my god, there's a light on the dashboard, what's that? As I look down, it's my fuel light come on. Remember, 34 miles per gallon, not economical these. So, where was I? Yeah, marketplace. So you hit that button that says, is this available? Normally, it happens, they come straight back to you very, very quickly. Either yes, no, pending, i.e. someone else has got in before you. Can you? And then you can enter into dialogue. You haven't got to go through 2 million hoops like you do on eBay, where you're not allowed to give anyone your phone number as they blank the listing. You can give them your number, you can do whatever you want, you communicate with them. And it's exactly like I said to this person who's over at Horsham. Great, it's exactly what I want. Can I come over and pick it up? Yes, you can, James. When do you want to pick it up? Any chance I can come over tomorrow sometime? What's convenient for you? What's convenient for you? Midday, lovely. I'll be down there at midday and pick it up. Pay her. She gets charged no commission. I get exactly what I want. A beautiful set of chest of drawers, because I've already seen the numerous pictures that she's put up there for them, and it's perfect. I drive away, I've got a set of chest of drawers, she's got paid for them at a very good price. I'm happy, she's happy. The only one that's probably not happy is Facebook Marketplace, because I can see them before much longer catching on to this and thinking, my God, you know, we're losing so much money out here. I don't know, making people join as a membership or something on Marketplace. I can see something happening as they pull you all in and get enough of you in there buying and selling and bidding. And there is absolutely everything on there that you'd ever want. So I'm not promoted or paid by Facebook Marketplace, but honestly, please people, just give it a go and tell me what you think. If you haven't had a go, or if you have had a go at it, I mean, go on a 200 kilometre circumference and put in Old London Taxi, or put in cab, or put in anything you want. There'll be someone there selling an engine part, a gearbox, something to do with one of these. It'll be there. And I like that. I like the idea of that, being able to do that, and I love it because it's free as well. So that's worth you doing. I'll tell you what, this has got nothing to do with a London Taxi, is it? Apart from the fact that I'm in it. I'm in my lovely Poppy's cab, and she's purring down the road now on her way to Horsham with the fuel light flashing just under the normal where she sits all the time, I'm actually touching 50 mile an hour now, although probably feels like I'm doing about 150, and she's off again on a little pop down the road. So I don't know, everything else is all sweet on her. She's running like a good one, as you know. She's now totally MOT'd up until October of next year, 2020, and God willing, and I say that, God willing, that I'm still here in 2020 and able to re-MOT her with a Z-bar underseal that she's had done as well, all underneath. I love this old cab. As I've said to you in previous vlogs, out of all the vehicles I've ever owned, this one has put the biggest smile on my face when driving it. I feel safe in it as well. That's another thing. You know, you drive some of these sort of newer cars or smaller cars, and you feel a bit vulnerable there when you're driving. You're like, I don't like the feel of this. It feels a bit tinny, you know. Well, I'll tell you what, if you were ever to whack anything, I've been underneath this and seen what's inside these cabs, underneath them, the chassis. My God, there are flipping some serious metal underneath here. If you were to sideswipe something, you would come out better. You really would. They feel safe. They feel like they're going to be doing what they're going to be doing, and that's what I like. I like the feeling of, I like that safe feeling. Now that's another thing I've not done before now. I've just run on the E now. And now look, well, it's not on the E. I've just got the fuel light flashing up, gang. I don't know how accurate that is. Now, when I last filled this up, it was about 58 quid to fill her up. Now, the fuel light's just come on, and she's done 277 miles on that full tank of fuel for 58 quid. If you want to really check it, how many miles I'm getting, I'm not so sure. Check online, see the size of the fuel tank, and then you can do the maths on it and work it out. But I've worked it out at 34 miles to the gallon. So, yeah, 277,000. 270 odd. Bloody hell. Bloody eyes. 278 miles. That's not a lot, is it? Do you know what? I used to have a little Peugeot 106, and I like that little car. Alright, it was only a little 1.2, but I used to fill that up with about 45 quid, and it used to do over 100 miles for a tenner. And it'd go on and on. I used to get about 450 miles to a tank of fuel. You ain't going to get that on this baby, I'm telling you. I'm chugging along here at the moment, looking at her thinking, she ain't going to be doing that. And do you know what? I know another thing. Remember I told you I'm putting decent fuel in here now. I'm thinking of all the fuel stations I've got down here, the only one that I know is coming up is a bloody Tesco's. There's a Shell garage down here that's shut for refurbishment, so I would rather find somewhere that's got decent fuel. So that'll be the next thing that I've got to head up. And now I'm also hoping that this fuel gauge on here is accurate. Otherwise I'm going to be on the side of the road, going off somewhere, getting a can of fuel, spending copious amounts of time taking an injector off and bleeding her through, because you can't rely on the pumps on these. You start using that manual pump, then you give yourself leaks and trouble. I prefer to bleed off through an injector. So hopefully it won't come to that, gang. Touch Formica. But yeah, please comment. I am answering every single message that comes in that I see. There was one message that came in from someone, again, I'm terrible for names, and it arrived in my inbox. It was really weird, and I can see it, and it's a guy talking to me about the temperature on his vehicle, and how he sort of used to push it, let the water go down, and then the old oil light used to start flickering, obviously where the oil is now getting hot, trying to keep everything cool. I mean, he lived it to the edge, like, you know. And I wanted to respond to it, but every time I click on the response to that message, it takes me on to the vlog where he was obviously putting the question in, but his message doesn't appear on it, but it appears on my information listing. So God knows what's happened there. Perhaps it'll update itself when it fancies it. Oh, actually, no, there is a garage up here. No. Yes, my little darling, there is a garage up here. There is a garage, of course there is. There's a garage up here near what's called Buck Barn. And I believe it's a BP garage. So we'll be going into the BP garage at Buck Barn and spending another 60 quid for 300 miles. I still haven't picked up my old something small yet. That's another thing in the making. I've got loads more things going on in my life at the moment to actually worry about that. And fuel side, yes, alright, it smarts, but it doesn't really smart as bad as what this old skinflint makes out. Alright guys, I've been rabbiting on for 25 minutes, long enough. You're bored now, I can tell you. Give Marketplace a check for all your bits and pieces if you haven't delved into it. Anything you want, that's the place to head. And don't forget the London Vintage Taxi Association website, where you can have a little scroll through there and look towards joining them guys over on there for all your answers. Or if you're thinking of getting in at London Taxi, please leave your comments below and subscribe to the vlog, because the more people we get in here that are interested in these, the more we can save these old girls for future years, and that makes the big fella smile. Alright everyone, lovely speaking to you on this lovely Wednesday sunny day without a cloud in the sky, and I will catch up with you all very, very soon. Maybe not in the Bermuda shirt, alright? You have a great one, guys. Let's be careful out there.